I don't even know how I'm gonna put this. I had a couple of deaths in 2025. Okay, so the highs for 2025 was actually creating what I want to do in 2026. All of that's going to the emergency fund, and the reason why is because those are my goals for 2026. And welcome to the year end review. Made it through 2025. We're about to go through this, talk about everything that has happened in 2025. We're going to talk about what's coming up for 2026. So before we get started, I want to welcome you to 40-ish Vibes year-end review. So what I do is do the high-low of what happened in 2025. Okay, so I want to start with the lows because it's just too depressing and it's sad anyway, and I just want to let's just talk about the lows. So I had a couple of deaths in 2025, and one of the deaths is my nephew who passed away. Was murdered. It was all on the news. That's just really, I've mentioned it briefly in one of the vlogs, but that's it on that. My mother-in-law passed away, and my mother-in-law is from my husband, my ex-husband. His mother had passed, and that was like just, yeah, I had to be there for myself and also for my ex-husband and my brother-in-law. So I spent time with them during that time. And that is all I am going to say on that. I will add that it is my mother-in-law. Actually, I do not know if you guys can see the elephant, but the elephant is actually hers. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it like this. This elephant was actually hers, so, and my ex-husband gave it to me. She inspired me on my African decor that I've been having going on. Since I've been an adult, I've always had African decor. Of course, the big thing that actually happened towards the end of the year is my mini stroke. I had a mini stroke back in October, so it was 60 days ago. I am just getting test results. Just kind of just depresses me. It's just, one moment. That mini stroke was life-changing as far as I had to make a few lifestyle changes. And the lifestyle changes was definitely the drinking, although I've had a beer, but I haven't had any of the, cocktails, no well drinks, no hard liquors, none of that. Also changed the way that I eat. Low sodium diet, Mediterranean diet. I still have not put up a video on the things that I eat. I am still learning. I am still, trying to understand what happens. I actually have an upcoming appointment. I have an appointment coming up since now my insurance has kicked in. Actually here in a couple of days. So I'm sure that it'll be in a vlog. So yes, that changed everything, and it's changed the way I think, actually creating what I want to do in 2026, to be honest with you, and what I'm determined to do in 2026. I'll probably be circling back to this one, but I have added more debt to my debt that I already have that has ticked me off. I mean, it has ticked me off so much. It's a lesson learned. And I just did not have anyone to talk me out of it. Let's just say that. And we will circle back to this though. So just put a pin in that added debt. We still have 2 more lows. The other low, but this one was for the better, was quitting my job, my previous job. I only was there for a year. Yeah, I did. I really liked that job, but the way that they panicked so much, I got tired of them stressing me out over the smallest stuff, and I was just ready to move on. Plus, I couldn't grow there. I couldn't grow there at all. I was already at the top when I started there, so there was no growth. And okay, I've learned a few things. I gave it a year. It's time for me to go. And then last, the final low, which is me twisting my ankle. I have sprained my ankle and it's still not healed. And that actually was on New Year's Day. So go figure that. So it's not exactly in 2025, but it made this high-low list because I'm not bringing this sprain up anymore. I'm leaving this sprain along with 2025 in this video. And we're gonna push forward. I'm already needing to sage my place because I'm not bringing it in 2026. So hopefully this is it of the negativity, of the accidents. I'm taking better care of myself. That's what I'm doing. Let's go to the highs. How many lows was that? I have just as much same equal amount of highs. Okay, so the highs for 2025 was, of course, me breaking out of the jail contract and moving on my own. I got my own place. Me and the, ex relationship, our lease finally ended and we were able to move away from each other. Yay! Good news there, good news. So I moved on my own. I love it. I love being at home by myself. I also like having guests over. It's all fun. I'm out of the prison. That whole week of me moving was just a cluster, is the only way that I can describe it. That entire weekend, because I moved, yay, that was, good. But I also had to get a new car, because I also had just started a second job. But so I got a new car because my Honda Civic just, what was it? The steering wheel, I guess, locked up or something. And I had just started the second job, and I'm like, all the traveling I had to do, like, I just cannot get to having all this kind of stuff happening right now. So I just went and got a car. Another car. I was going to get me another car anyway. I just did not want to get it at that time in April. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to wait a little bit. But I was going to get me a car a new car in 2025 anyway. So I got mine. Nissan. The clusterfuck is what we had to put a pin in. So just put a pin in that added debt. And I'm not saying that the car was the added debt, but that is one of them. But the added debt that I was referring to was, I don't even know how I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna have to discuss this in another video, but not on this channel. I'll just say that. But the clusterfuck is that I had to get this bad loan. I'll say it's like one of these predatory loans. I'll say that because I was just trying to just think quick at just a certain thing that was going on at this certain time. And it came through, and at that time, it came in clutch for real. But now the aftermath of it, biggest freaking regret of my life. Then I get, just in December, this past December, the new job. New job, more pay. And the last high of 2025 is meeting my friend. The one that I went on a little trip to Texas, and we hung out a little bit. And oh, I don't even know if y'all knew that he's been here a couple of times and visited me, and we have fun. We just hang out, just have fun. And I mean, I'm just enjoying myself, having fun, no responsibilities, no strings attached, none of that. Just good times. Okay, and now my goals that I am wanting to accomplish in 2026. Are they doable? We're gonna see. Some of them may be kind of far-fetched and might not be able to get completed in 2026, but we're gonna see. Goals for 2026. Of course, my health. Of course, my health. I had noticed that I gained a couple of pounds, and I'm trying to understand how I gained a couple of pounds. And not even a couple, I'm gonna say it's like 3-4 pounds. They say take 2 pounds off for clothing, but let's just say 3 or 4 pounds. And the only thing that I can think of what it is either me drinking the beer and or my cheat times. We're gonna work on that. But yes, health is absolutely what I'm going to focus on. And actually, upcoming things. I need to work out 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I have to stay active. And that's just one of the things that I have to do because I had the mini stroke. So, which I'm going to do a cardio, 30 minutes a day. I think that I'm going to start like 3 days a week and then work my way up. I just need to get acclimated with the 3 days a week because this is something that I'm going to want to continue to do. It's going to be a staple in my life. I am going to do it. So that's one of the health things. And of course, my lifestyle change in eating. I'm definitely going to stick to chicken, fish, turkey. Those are going to be my main foods that I eat. And I need to make my food out of that. My cheat days will be the red meat, the beef. Those are my cheat days. Okay. Next, I should go down the list, but I also just have, okay, here's the norm that I've been saying every year. I'm going to explore. I'm also going to do more solo dates. And I need to embrace some hobbies. I am looking for things to really freaking do. I am going to dibble and dabble into my jewelry making because I already have all of that. It's all in my closet. I've been having those. I'm going to bring those out, you know, and maybe as a stress reliever, I can, you know, play in some jewelry stuff and make some jewelry. I do need a de-stressor because my mind is always on work, and I'm not turning my brain off. So I need to do something with that. I definitely want to read more. I still have more books to buy. So those were like the norms that I basically say every year. Next, I need to up my professionalism, my vocabulary, you know. I need to, there's some work I need to do there. And also public speaking. Like, I watch how I act in front of the camera, and I'm trying too hard to focus on getting what I want to get out, that I'm not enjoying myself as far as like being laid back and relaxed and everything. And so I am thinking of joining like a Toastmasters, and it's to, you know, do the public speaking and everything, and just, yeah, I need to work on that. But I also want to be myself, and I'm considering joining. It's almost a guarantee I'm going to join. I just don't know which month I'm going to do that. Okay, so, you know, get my professionalism, vocabulary, and public speaking and all that stuff. I need to, you know, kind of focus on that way harder, especially with what I have in store for myself. I plan on starting a second channel sometime this year. I already know what I want it to be about. I just haven't started recording anything, but I have a lot to record. So I know that second channel is for a different audience, but I will let you guys know in case you are wanting to subscribe to it. And then some of the fun stuff. I want to kind of try to learn Spanish. This is the one that is not going to be completed in 2026. This is going to be a lifelong lesson, okay? So there's no timestamp on that. I'm just going to start it, and I'm going to start speaking Spanish. I do know a little bit of Spanish, and I'm also wanting to focus on medical terms. The lingo and billing, I want to know that in Espanol. Of course, you know, I've mentioned I want to lock my hair. I don't know if I want to cut my hair off then lock it, or if I want to, definitely I'll cut my hair shorter than it needs to be. I'll cut it to get it healthy and then lock it, or I just start over and lock it and just wear protective styles and wigs or whatever until it starts getting to a length to where I can get it locked. Again, I still don't know when I'm going to do that, but these are goals that I have for myself in 2026. I am wanting to get some glasses. Since my insurance done kicked in, I'm gonna get me some glasses. I'm not sure if it's gonna be reading glasses or if I need some 24-hour wear glasses, but I'm getting them, okay? This, I can say that it's gonna be around March. So here in a couple of months, I'm going to get me some glasses. Okay, hobbies, I think that goes along with exploring. I'm wanting to see what I like and not like. You know, it's all my time. I'm not sitting up here, you know, be the support system for my significant other or something. You know, it's me. So I am, you know, I'm going to see what I like and don't like and blah, blah, blah. So if I want to go see some museums, I need to see if I like that. I would love to go and see a play to to see if I like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about with the hobbies and expos, and yeah, we're gonna do that. And of course, I want to get a dog. I don't know if it's gonna be at the beginning, sometime at the end of summer, but I'm going to get a dog. It's gonna be me and my dog up in this piece. A little dog. I want a doggy, and I'm gonna get me a dog. And so far, I want to name him Gizmo, but I'm also just going to look at him and then maybe a name will come up. But right now, Gizmo comes to mind. Male dog, no female dogs. I want a male dog. Those are my goals for 2026. Will I be able to accomplish even half of them or all of them? We will see. Stay tuned. I do have a bonus. Okay, I am determined to stick with a savings challenge. Now, I have 2 ways that I want to do a savings challenge, because January has already started. I either will do the 26 or the 52-week money savings challenge, and that's where week 1 you put $1 up, week 2 you put $2 up, week 3 you put $3 up. I'm either doing it that way, or I'm just gonna put $40 up every paycheck. I get paid bi-weekly. So I haven't decided yet on what I want to do with that. If I came up with a solution by the time I edit this, I will put it up here on which one I'm going to do. And if you want to join me, let's do it together. Now already, you're probably seeing this maybe at the end of week 1, beginning of week 2. So we should already have this amount put up. And this savings challenge for me is for one particular reason, and there is a reason why. I just haven't exactly started saving. I mean, just even at this job, you know, now I have a 401k, or 403b is what it's called, because I used to just, when I would leave a job and have 401k, I would just take, you know, cash out the money and spend it. But now I'm thinking long term. So the challenges that I'm going to do and the investing, the investing is going to start coming out. You know, I am sure I have more years behind me than I do in front of me. So I need to start doing something. And what I am going to have this savings challenge do is be my emergency fund for this year only. This savings is going to be for an emergency fund. So whatever savings challenge I chose, all of that's going to the emergency fund. And the reason why is because a lot of things have happened in these last few months. And because I have injured myself or had to get rid of my second job, there's things that I just didn't exactly have the funding for. You know, I had to wait until my paycheck. I didn't have something saved. So I am determined that I am going to have a rainy day fund, and that rainy day fund is a future savings challenge. But I am going to have an emergency fund first. Yeah, we're just gonna start there. I'm going to have an emergency fund. Maybe I will move that over also to the other channel. But right now I'm going to keep it here, because in case you want to join me in a savings challenge, I'm going to do a savings challenge, and that is actually going to start on my first paycheck that I get for the month of January. So that's coming up, and that's when it's going to start. So I'll probably even be active in the YouTube shorts with it, or I'll put it like at the end of the video when I contribute to it. I have talked my ear off. The battery's about to go dead. I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join me in the savings challenge. What are your plans for 2026? How did 2025 do you? Let's go through this year together. And I will see you guys in the next video.